Alright, Knights of Jagaria, welcome back to Brigandine, the Legend of Runersia. We're going to be covering Eliza today, who is the leader, the ruler of the Republic of Guimole. Welcome.
And as usual, stay triggered. Pew pew.
Okay,
pew.
let's get into Eliza here. Let's see what she's about. She is one of the best leaders, one of the best rulers in the game. Probably, I don't want to say hands down, but she is one of the absolute best rulers there is. There's a lot of good qualities to her, and let me explain why. So first off, you do get the Glory Brigandine, which is a double red defense element, defense, HP. It's pretty good. Inflicts mana gray stone, which essentially what that is this right here is conditions. It keeps you from being poisoned, paralyzed, silenced, faint, petrify, and charm. Pretty much everything under the sun that could happen to you except for attack down. That's always a good thing for this. So you get that, plus you also get a parry skill, which has a 25% chance of parrying a normal attack from a single enemy. When triggered, the damage reduced by 50%. So no other ruler has this that I can think of right off the bat. I don't think any other ruler has a parry skill. I don't think Rubino does. If I forgot that, then please excuse me, but I'm pretty sure this is the only ruler that has this. It pretty much deflect damage down to half. I don't see other rulers having this. There's another thing here called the Blade of Mul-Ang, which is a sword that comes, it's like a blessed sword you get throughout the game as you're playing. It just automatically comes into your inventory after a cutscene, and you get it, and this is what it is. And it auto increases your attack by 15 and agility plus 7. Plus it's a gold gear too, so if you get 2 more gold pieces of gear, you can get that gold gear bonus going for Eliza. Now, what else does she have going for her? Well, I have her at level 30, so you can kind of see a maxed out Eliza, which I think a lot of people probably want to see. So you're considered a Rose Valkyrie at this point in time. You have 719 HP, which is actually very, very good. 414 MP, excellent. And just because this 140 defense, just amazing. Agility's through the roof, intelligence 100 through the roof, command range of 5, growth of A. I mean, you're just getting bonus after bonus after bonus. She is just one of the best starting knights that you can get. I'd have to say, as far as like the caricature people that you would consider being in this game, for, you know, just for trying to understand like who's one of the main characters, I'd have to say Eliza is. Maybe Rubino too, because he's kind of on the cover of he's kind of on the cover art there. But I'd have to say Eliza probably alongside Rubino. You know I love Stella a lot, and she's pretty much my favorite. But I think Eliza's sort of the poster child for this game in that sense. So what do we have here? I'm going to go ahead and show a couple attacks here so you can kind of see what we're talking about here. But let's cover Valkyrie Drive. This is just a normal attack. Deals major damage to a single adjacent enemy unit. Just major damage from a normal attack. 135. Accuracy of 13. Yes, it's a ground sky. Ground is better percentage to hit with up, and sky is worse percentage with down. Does have a counter to it, so you can be countered. No MP. Next up, Valkyrie Inspiration. This is a very interesting one. Increases one adjacent ally's unit attack and defense for a limited number of turns. So you can actually crank up someone's attack and defense for a certain amount of turns. I think it's 2 turns. I don't think it's 3, but it could be 3 considering the 80 rune cost back here. But it is a pre-move, so you have to essentially stand there for a turn before you can... well, no, you have to stand there for a turn, and then your ally can move immediately if they're going right after you. So you do have to stand for a turn to be able to use this ability. It is not a counterable move. It's just right next to you, but it is a very close range spell. So as you can see, it's not like a long range spell. It's literally right on top of you, right next to you. So you have to put it on an ally that's directly next to you. Now, next up we have Scarlet Shudder. Now, what does this do? Deals moderate damage to a single adjacent enemy unit. Has a 50% chance of decreasing the target's attack for a limited number of turns. So this puts attack down on an enemy. Now, it's awesome because if you're up against another leader, you can just give them attack down. And for this spell attack, It's like a magic attack. The power is 110, so you do damage. It has a couple of red orbs attached to it. It does cost some MP, but it does decrease their attack. So this would actually be good to do on Stella, because Stella does Dragon's Roar. I can't remember the name of it right now. Dragon's Dogma? Dragon Attack? I can't remember the name right now, but she has a particular skill. Dragon something. I don't know why my brain is freezing right now. I can't think. Dragon's Destruction. That's right. Dragon's Destruction. And it does a really good attack and increases her attack. She does this on you. You could do Scarlet Shudder right away, right after that. And, pretty much nullify all that kind of damage. Now, there's another skill here. Let me clean this up here a little bit. But it's called Crimson Rondo. Now, this is an interesting one. Does massive damage to all units within a 1 hex radius and increases own agility for a limited number of turns. Never misses. Now, just these things here, like putting the enemy's attack down, cranking up your allies' attack and defense, raising your own agility and doing a massive attack and costing MP. Like, these are attacks and their benefits at the same time. Now, yes, the damage, like if we're trying to look at like just raw damage, you can see some other leaders have slightly higher power scores for their damage and, maybe a little higher MP to do this. But these are all very interesting technical skills, combined with the fact that she could possibly parry an attack and only take 50% of damage, which that is still, a bit of a gamble. I'd have to say, if you like to gamble a little bit, you feel a little lucky, she's an amazing ruler to use. But this one's really, really good because you're cranking up your agility to not get hit, to be surrounded, to also possibly deflect attacks later on with the parry skill. And as you increase your agility, you might not get pincered as hard. You have a chance to dodge some attacks, right? And also you can hit everybody around you with 180 power. It's essentially like having a Viking on your team. She does the same thing as the Vikings do, but you don't need to be on water to do it. So that's really cool. Now, she also has Exablast. I used to call it Extra Blast, but it's a 200 power. It's very, very powerful, especially with her intelligence of 100. Should be very good still. It does have a whopping 152 cost, so that is quite high. So just remember that. It's going to pretty much consume... well, let's see. It's about... You get 2 uses from this level here without any extra gear on. So you get about 2 uses of Exablast, which you can do on an enemy. It has a 2-space range radius, so this is really good for blasting people from a range. You get a flame spell, which means out of 400, what do you get? 4, maybe 5? Wait, 70, 170, 2, 380. Well, if you get some extra gear, you might be able to do it 5 times. Either way. And you also get an Excel skill 2, which can increase mobility, so you can even go even further. So tactical-wise, being a tactical leader, I'd have to say she's probably the best, because the attacks you can do, the extra bonuses that come with it, being able to help your allies, being able to hinder your enemies, being able to have range, extra flame spells, extra mobility, and the potential to parry and all the extra stats you get on top of it is almost unparalleled in some ways. I know Rudo is pretty much a one-hit KO guy. I get that. But she could possibly parry his one-hit KO, and then he's got to, start from scratch and go somewhere else other than that. She could pretty much stop it. The only person that could really wreck her day is probably Stella. Maybe Rubino. But with the parry ability, I have to say Stella is probably the closest one to taking Eliza down in a one-on-one fight. So let's talk about Eliza a little bit. She is a female, age 24, Rose Valkyrie, ruler of the Republic of Guimole and wielder of the Brigandine of Glory. Eliza was elected the 16th president of the Republic in recognition for her many military achievements. She now seeks to finish the work started by her nation's founder, Moana Caradine, as well as that of the three Mul Ang sisters. Under the protection of the Sword of Ang, she fights to lead Runersia into a glorious future. So yeah, that's pretty much Eliza in a nutshell. Let me know what you think about her. Let me know if she's actually your favorite ruler. For me, I'd have to say she's my second favorite ruler. I was going to say she's my first, but then I played Morelva, the United Islands of Morelva first, and I fell in love with Stella. And after that, I don't know. Things went downhill for the other countries from there because I already had like my top picks. Because Morelva is a really fun nation to play. And yeah. But Republic of Guimole, definitely my second favorite. I'd also like, the Holy Empire as well too. But, that's for a different time, different topic. But we're pretty much concluding it here for all the Knights of the Republic of Guimole. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, please subscribe. Please ask me for some other types of videos that you'd like to see. If I haven't made that in a while, or if I did talk about that and I would like to get on topic as far as completing something like that, go onto my Discord and leave some chats in the Discord. I have a Brigandine section there that you can go ahead and talk about pretty much anything Discord. I do put some videos in there too. But yeah, we're going to finish this. We're going to wrap this up, and then we're going to move on to another nation. So the next nation up is... I don't want to spoil the surprise. Got to wait till next week to see it. But if you haven't already, definitely check out some of my Unicorn Overlord videos. I'll be putting some of those out pretty soon, and I'm going to cover different topics in that game. I'd like to cover the whole thing too, so we'll see how much I can do with that. But, as far as Runersia goes, we got, I think, 3 more nations to cover, and maybe a few more strategy things. And then if you guys want to see some kind of challenge or some kind of regular LP or something like that with this game or the older game of Grand Edition, put it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, thanks everybody for tuning in, and stay triggered, my friends.